Hi, it's Baba Meat here. It's World Environmental Day, and the theme this year on World Environmental Day is to reduce plastic. So myself and Katie thought we would give you some tips and tricks on plastic-free living on the go, or as Katie likes to call it,
plastic-free picnic.
So we're going to run through a lot of our on-the-go food products, which are ideal for yourself, your partners, your children. We've got a lot of children products here. Great for lunches every day, for out and about. And I think actually one of the main causes of
single-use
plastic consumption would be the likes of coffee cups. It's cling film on sandwiches. It's those plastic sandwich wrappers and stuff. I think food on the go, people often find
it's a lot about not being prepared. So if you're sort of heading out for the day and you're sort of last minute trying to grab a few things, running down to the beach, it's running into the supermarket and picking up whatever you can get off the shelf without having sat back, thought about it and went, oh, actually I've got a loaf of bread, I've got ham, I've got cheese, I've got whatever in my fridge, and I can make that at home myself.
So this will actually probably save people a lot of money as well. So, okay, let's start with lunch, say in offices, and we're going to go with a more traditional
lunch box.
We've got stainless steel lunch boxes, and we've got various different types. This one is a slice of green. Oh, it's very shiny.
It is very shiny.
And what I like about this one, this is their oval, is that it comes with a little mini pod inside, which is great for...
Well, I like to have granola and yogurt for my lunch, and rather than bring a single pot of yogurt, I can just decant some from my yogurt pot at home and bring that in the little pot and some granola in the side. You could put some chips in one side and some dip in the other side. You could put salad and salad dressing in it. It just depends on what you like to have, but without the contents getting soggy.
And actually, another great use for stainless steel lunchboxes is meat from butchers.
Yep.
This question, I think it was raised in our group this week. Someone asked, what do we use for...
Whenever you go to the butchers and you're picking up meat, so rather than have them lifting a bit of plastic tear paper, picking up the meat, sausages, whatever the heck it is, putting it in the plastic container and then wrapping that in cling film, what do you use instead?
Metal box. So if you are buying fresh meat from butchers, you can freeze stainless steel, so you can put them in the fridge. Lasts probably about 3 days. I wouldn't leave fresh meat any longer.
Depends on the advice from your butchers. I suppose it depends on how long that life is already on that piece of meat.
Let's hope it's nice and fresh. So that is the oval lunchbox from A Slice of Green. They've got quite a few. They've got different types.
Loads of different types of lunchboxes, but I like that one with a little compartment inside.
They've got 2-tier ones with loads of little compartments inside. I think, again, someone asked me recently if we had a lunchbox with loads of compartments, and these ones with the mini pods in will hit that. So that is A Slice of Green. Another brand, all along the same theme, is the Made to Stained. These are the sets of 3s. They can stack into each other.
Yep, so they can nest or stack, and they're fab with their little silicone lids and the stainless steel. So
the silicone lids, now the difference between these ones and the previous ones is the previous one was stainless steel. That's not going to be watertight because it didn't have a silicone edge.
It doesn't have a silicone seal. It does have a metal clip, but it'll hold all your food in. But if you were to put anything liquidy in there, it'd probably spill out.
So these ones have a silicone lid, should be better. I wouldn't particularly carry anything overly wet.
Nothing too sloppy.
Nothing too sloppy, but
hold your
hummus
hummus.
Be great. And again, fantastic for taking and getting your meat. So alternative uses for them. They're not just lunch boxes.
We have another set of Made to Stain boxes here, and this set nests, and again they're sort of oval in shape with the metal clips on the edges. So you've got 2, and they just can stack or nest inside each other. So that's a little set of 2 from Made to Stain. Slightly brushed stainless steel on those ones if you prefer that.
Well, I do, just because my hands are quite hot, and if you look there, that's quite...
Fingerprinty already?
Fingerprinty already, but I've really hot hands, so I would go for the brushed steel. And then just one final set, they're pretty much the same as the Made to Stained.
Yep, so the u-konserve. So
these come in loads of different colours.
The lids on these are slightly firmer, if you want to compare the two.
Yeah, that's silicone. What is that, a silicone lid or is that a plastic lid?
That is a plastic lid. It's plastic number 4. but it's BPA and fillet free.
So that's the difference. This one's got a silicone lid, that one is a plastic lid. So it is a firmer lid, but it is plastic. Now, a question we're going to get asked a lot, or what people think about doing, they have all their Tupperware boxes in their cupboards. Should they instantly rush out and get rid of them all and replace them all with stainless steel?
No, just no. That's bad. Because you're putting your Tupperware into landfill and then you take it to a charity shop. What you want to do is use that Tupperware until it has run its course.
Now, a lot of Tupperware has got BPA chemicals in it. If you don't want to use it for food, use it for crayons, for toy storage, but don't,
just chuck it out to replace it with something else, because that's not really very zero waste.
No. So there's two issues going on there. There's the chemicals and stuff, and then there is the waste
issue. So you look at it two different ways. So yes, you can reuse those in other ways if you wanted to replace them for food with stainless steel, but you don't necessarily have to get rid of them entirely from your life. You can still find a use for them. And Tupperware lasts for so long, and it's single-use plastic, so they're a real issue, because it's those single-use plastics that are perpetually being put into landfill.
I think a lot of people come to looking at chemicals and zero when they've had children. So probably a lot of the Baba-Me audience, followers, customers, they've just had children, and then they suddenly take a real kind of different aspect in life. And we wrote a blog about this earlier, about a bathroom, a plastic-free bathroom,
yep.
And Nadia explained how she'd just had children and then suddenly thought of that. And I think a lot of our parents are probably in the same boat, a lot of you guys there. I think life, you just look at life differently when you've just had children.
Yeah. Cloth nappies was the start.
The slippery slope. Okay, so that is the lunch boxes. We've also got several lunch bags. Now, anyone who comes to Baba-Me knows what I take my lunch in. Shall we show them my lunch? This isn't actually my lunch bag, but I have...
But this is similar to Maeve's lunch bag.
I do have a giraffe lime green lunch bag. I find it a perfect size to fit.
You can fit in your lunchbox and your drinks bottle. Maeve likes to bring a yoghurt in with her, so it comes in a little pot like this, along with a little bottle.
It just fits everything in nice and neatly, and it's jute, so it's a sustainable material. It's nice, colourful.
It's cute.
It's cute. It's not there's no thermo, but then we've got a fridge at work. I don't need an insulated bag to keep anything particularly cool.
No, you've got an insulated pot.
Of an insulated pot. So that's what I bring my lunch in. So another great use for those, it's that small size I think is perfect for lunch. Great for children for lunch as well.
Brilliant for lunches for kids as well.
So, but we do have some proper insulated lunch bags, which you're going to talk through now.
Yes, I have this one. Now, this is not an insulated lunch bag, but you can make it insulated if you wish by opening it up and popping a nice pack inside. So it has a wipe clean inside. There's a little pocket in there, so you can either use that to hold your drink upright inside the bag, clever, or you can pop a nice pack in there and keep your lunch nice and cool. But look how funky that is with all its icicles and unicorn fabulousness.
This is organic cotton.
Yep.
Certified organic. It's pre-shrunk as well, and this is the Fluff brand. There's quite a few designs. We've got about 5-6 designs.
Yep, so they're all washable, so they're all organic cotton, and they're all food safe lined.
And they've a little gap in there that you can put.
You hold your water bottle upright, or you can use it to pop a nice pack into.
To keep it cool. And then the next lunch bag we have is from Keep Leaf.
Keep Leaf baggies? Oh, the Keep Leaf lunch bag.
Keep Leaf lunch bag that we just... I thought...
That was Maeve's turn to upset the stand.
Actually, here's what we found earlier.
Keep Leaf lunch bag. So that closes with Velcro at the top. It's got a little pocket in there so you can put your kid's name or your name or your little business card, so in case you lose it. And again, it's wiped down inside, nice and big.
Is it thermally insulated?
It is insulated, and it is organic cotton.
And it's a good size, so you're going to get drinks in there, you're going to get
so you can put your lunch
boxes
boxes in there, drinks in there, whatever you need to take, a little bit of fruit, and it's quite cute.
And again, organic cotton, I'm pretty sure on that one.
Yeah, organic cotton and insulated.
So there are insulated lunch. So let's move on. I often bring in, and you do as well, I know, insulated jars for Soup, yogurt.
pasta, whatever I've got at home. And because I tend to eat a bit on the hop whenever I'm in here, I will heat my lunch up, pop it in my insulated food jar, run off, serve a customer, pick an order, answer a query, answer the phone, and come back, and my food's still hot. So we've got insulated jars, and you can just put your food in there, pop the
Silicone
lid
lid
on
on these, of course.
Yes, there's a little silicone seal around the inside, so you can just twist that down and your food will stay warm while you run off to do whatever. You can take in hot food from home and it should still be warm by lunchtime. I think Caroline had tested one of their coffee cups and they ended up with hotter coffee.
12 hours later.
12 hours.
That is Quetch, is it? Am I right? Is that Quetch?
That is
brand?
the Quetch one.
We've got quite a few of these on the
We
site
have
now.
2 different sizes of u-konserve as well, so I'll bring those over. Set that out of my way. So we've got a 12 ounce and a 16 ounce stainless steel jar, and again that has a plastic lid. And then this one, which is the bigger one.
So the difference between those is that one is a stainless steel lid with a silicone,
So it's got silicone seal on the inside.
whereas these have plastic lids.
And these have plastic lids that you can serve. But again, they're BPA free, so no nasty leaking things into your hot food.
Brilliant. What are we moving on to?
Shall we move on to beverages? Maeve?
Beverages, yes.
Beverages. Everybody likes a good beverage. So tea on the trot. Now, Maeve likes her peppermint tea
I do.
in gallons and gallons and gallons.
Yeah.
So if you like peppermint tea and you like loose leaf or any regular tea and you like loose leaf, then this is fabulous. You've got a deep basket or a shallow filter. So depending on what you're doing, you can pop your loose leaf tea in there and you can brew your tea, take it out and drink it. Or you can put your leaves inside and put the smaller filter in and drink through it.
Now again, loose leaf teas are great for going plastic free. A lot of people are shocked when they realise that tea bags have plastic
They
in.
contain plastic, yeah.
All of the tea bags we have are biodegradable and don't contain plastic, but most shop bought tea bags have plastic
Some
within
plastic in them.
So getting back to loose leaf tea is obviously,
I've done it. Love my loose leaf
and
tea.
this is, I think this is one of the few brewing thermos mugs on the go.
Yep, it's an on-the-go thermos and it's brilliant. So you can just pop your loose leaves in there, whether it's peppermint you've picked fresh from your garden, you're sitting there
You
drooling.
have to dry it for about 4 weeks. I have planted a load of peppermint, but you do have to dry it.
Or you can use loose leaves and pop them in, but there are 2 different filter sizes in there, so you can use those. Otherwise, for the coffee drinkers out there, or indeed for people who just make tea at home and bring it out with them, we have some coffee cups. We have the Joko cup, which is glass, which has a silicone lid, and then we have the u-konserve, which is stainless steel and is insulated and also has a silicone lid.
So that's going to keep it a lot warmer.
Caroline did test this one and actually found her coffee got hotter inside the flask.
Perfect for new parents
Who never get
who never get 5 minutes to finish that hot cup of tea. So everyone needs a u-konserve in their life. Okay, let's move on to...
water.
Well, we've missed, the smaller u-konserve tumblers. Your gin tumbler.
My gin tumbler.
Yes.
Again, can be used on the go. I use them at home because they're thermally insulated and they keep my wine or my gin really nice and cold.
Now, there can be 2 sizes. There's a small
This
and
is
there's
smaller.
large.
There's a larger size as well. So this is the 8 ounce. This larger size is the 12 ounce. So it's just stainless steel. This one has a pretty little green bottom and it comes with a lid that has a little silicone strip in it to seal it. So if you wanted to use it for tea or whatever on the go, you can do. Pop your breakfast smoothie in there, throw it into the car and on you go. Don't throw it too hard in case it leaks out the hole in the top. Put it in your cup holder. But yes, you can use those on the go, or I use mine at home just to keep whatever beverage I'm quaffing.
So fantastic. I think coffee cups, disposable coffee cups, are one of the biggest issues facing in that they can be recycled, but there's only a few recycling places.
Yeah.
And an awful lot of coffee shops are really,
Some of them are moving on to compostable, but the compostable ones have to be composted in very specific circumstance. So just because it's compostable doesn't mean to say it can go in your compost bin at home. It won't compost there. So really, ideally, you want to be reusing a cup.
And actually, I found a fantastic little coffee shop this week that was giving double. You know, a lot of coffee shops give reward points and they stamp you. They were giving double points if you used your own coffee cup. So if your coffee shop does that, fantastic. If they don't, tell them about it. It might
I know
get
some of the bigger brand stores will do that as well.
And will give you 20 cent or 25 cent, but they'll give you double stamps if you've used your own mug, which is fantastic.
Super duper.
Staying with drinks, let's move on to reusable bottles. We've got two types here. We've got glass bottles and stainless steel.
So the glass bottle is u-konserve and it has a plastic lid, but the part that actually touches inside is silicone. So the silicone stopper goes inside and that's what forms the seal. So the plastic doesn't touch your drink at all, and it just has silicone grip around the outside just to keep it slightly protected just in case you drop it anywhere. And it's toughened glass as well.
I think a lot of people are quite nervous about having glass on the go and glass accessories, but most of the glass is toughened.
Yep.
And they do come with silicone edges, sleeves,
around them, so
to protect
them as well.
And then on to, I'll just move the camera around, to punk.
Punk, we love punk. Both my kids have punk. Me and Mr. Katie have punk. We just love our punk bottles. My kids, I literally won't go to bed without them. So we have the bottle here, and if you pop this up, you've got a straw top. So if I open it up, you've got a straw inside. What you can do is if you've got a smaller child who requires a sippy cup rather than haven't quite got to grips with the whole straw thing yet, you can take that off and that will work as a sippy cup. So they just tip it up and suck out of it. There is a little valve here. Whenever that's open like that, if you have tap it upside down, it can leak through the valve. If you want to make sure that it goes non-leaky, you close that and it should be leak free.
And the 500ml, which that is the perfect size for younger children, we've found.
Brilliant. Lily got hers when she was 1 and used it without the straw. Alfie was about 3 whenever we brought Punk in, and he uses his every day. He calls it his rugby bottle and he just absolutely adores it.
And it comes in 500, 750, 1000.
Yep, perfect.
Okay, the last, we've got the insulated bottles here from Made Sustained.
Yes, we've got insulated bottles from Made Sustained. So if I unscrew your lid, you've got just metal entirely there, and inside is insulated, so it's perfect for keeping drinks cold
or hot.
And then we've got little Quetch insulated cups as well, and they come with a little cotton bag, so you can just pop them inside your little cotton bag.
So we've got quite a few stainless steel cups. We've got some from Made Sustained which aren't insulated, but these ones are insulated.
Yes, we've got party cups from Made Sustained which aren't insulated. These are just little tea, coffee cup for taking on the go, or just a cold drink whenever you're out and about, and you have a little cotton bag to pop those into, just to keep them nice and clean in your bag.
And then the final thing is we've just got straws.
Yes, straws, perfect. So they've taken them away from McDonald's now.
I must admit, I'm not a straw user.
I don't tend to use straws. The only thing I really use straws is milkshakes. Every now and again, Christopher will throw one in for my din. But apart from that, I don't use straws. The kids like them, but I tend not to use them very much.
A lot of people have to use them, obviously, if they have disabilities, so it's great now that... And this is something that actually the government's really getting behind, is disposable coffee cups and straws. There's action on those, which is fantastic to see.
But that's the Made Sustained set. So you get 2 straws with curves, you get 2 straight straws, and then you get your little straw brush for keeping those clean as well.
And we do have, but we don't have them out, is the mini straws from...
We don't have any left.
u-konserve, which are the mini straws, which there's more coming. So we will move on to food on the go. And one of our most popular items here is the Bock and Rolls.
Yep.
And there's a couple of different ones. There's a couple of different sizes, so people always ask, how do they compare? So we've got Keep Leaf and Bock and Roll Snack and Goes, which would be quite similar, just different sizes.
Yeah, so the Snack and Goes come in kid sizes and adult sizes. And if I put those 2 together, this is the Snack and Goes. There is a bit of a difference in size.
That an inch, I'd say, yeah.
And then you have the Keep Leaf. Now the Keep Leaf is a bit more firm than the Snack and Go. This is a lot more pliable. But if I put those 2 up together, there's very, very little difference really in size. Then there's about a 0.5 centimetre around the edge.
A bit more at the bottom, yeah.
And then...
So the keep leaf is in between the two sizes?
Yeah, so the keep leaf is just in between. The Snack and Go is the biggest, and then the Snack and Go Kids is the smallest.
And in terms of the Snack and Go for Kids, very easy to get into it, just Velcro, so you can put sandwiches in there or snacks.
You can put sandwiches, a bat, whatever you fancy, or some fruit. Look, we've got a pan of chocolat and a banana. Healthy eating in my house. Balanced diets. There we go.
And it's very easy for kids to open, so fantastic. Probably slightly easier than lunch boxes. I'm thinking of the stainless steel ones, but clips might be a little hard for children to...
Yeah, and if you encourage them to put their rubbish back into it again, then whatever they have comes home, if it's recyclable, you can pop it away and make sure that it goes in the right bin, as opposed to just going into the general.
And in terms of washing?
They're all washable. You can wipe any of them down as well. So they're all lined with food safe materials. So you can just either wipe them down if they're not too bad, or if they've had something yogurt-like inside, then you can put them in the washing machine.
So that's the... And then the other thing which people often is the bock and roll.
It's the bock and roll. So again, we have a kid's size in the bock and roll, and we have the larger bock and roll, which is the adult size. So there's the kids one.
I'll just send down on that.
One of our new designs, which is rather fab. And if I pop that down and then pop this one on the top.
So there is a good size difference
There
there.
is a bit of a difference, yeah.
And we'll just show people how you would wrap your roll, sandwich, apple, whatever.
So here's a little sandwich we made earlier from the Sebi sandwich set. So you just pop the sandwich in and then wrap it from the long edges in, and then you just want to fold it up and just roll it. Sweet.
And what would you say the benefits of the bock and roll are, the pros and cons in comparison to the sandwich bags?
The bock and roll, whenever it's opened out, is a little tray. So whenever you open that out, if you're sitting at a picnic table and it's a little bit not terribly sure of how clean this is, you can open that out and you've got a makeshift tray. So it fits around absolutely any shape, so you can have a half a baguette in there and it will fit in. So it doesn't matter what shape your sandwich or whatever it is, it will fit in the bock and roll.
So in fact, if we just take that u-konserve bottle, that's kind of baguette shaped.
Here's a baguette we made earlier. So you fold that in and then again bring one edge up just to set it off at the bottom. It's like wrapping up a big taco.
So it's a lot more versatile.
Yep.
It's going to give you effectively
Super
a plate
versatile.
or a place when you get there.
Gives you a placemat to put everything down on. Keeps everything wrapped up nice and tidy. It's easy for kids to use the Velcro, or anybody with additional needs. There's no popping, no zipping, no anything that's going to be difficult. It's just really handy.
And it's actually, we sell these by the dozen. It's one of our most popular reusable
Yeah,
products.
and I mean, if you're thinking about, like, Alfie has a school trip next week, so all of these small children are going to be going to the Forest Park around the corner from here, and if you had to bring a lunchbox, that's quite bulky and heavy to carry about with you all day. If you bring that, it just comes down to that size, and you can pop it in your handbag whenever you're finished. Perfect.
Fantastic. And the final thing, now this isn't really, well, it is sort of food on the go. It's our beeswax wrap.
Yep.
Probably more for food in the house for keeping it, but can be used on the go.
So these are our bigger wraps, and people like to see the difference in the sizes, which is something that's not always easiest to do, so it's great to have this video to show you.
We'll just again zoom down.
So this is the small size. I've used the small, the medium and the large here.
And there is an extra large as well.
There is a giant wrap, and that would be great for the likes of baguettes or bread. So you've got a small one here, and you just basically just use the heat from your hand and it seals. Magic.
Now you can't use these with meat, but other than that they're good to go.
Good to go, and you can just rinse them off. Just make sure that you don't rinse them off too hot or you'll melt all your wax.
So again, great for putting fruit or whatever in on the go. Also great for wrapping.
Yep, so if you had some leftovers at home and you had them in your little stainless steel container, you could just pop that over the top. Say if you didn't have a lid for a saucepan, you could just pop that over the top if you wanted to put it straight in the fridge.
So that's a Bego beeswax wraps. We do have a vegan alternative.
We do. And again, it could be an alternative to your bock and roll as well, but this is the u-konserve cozy wraps. So they're Velcro closed. You have just a clear sheet, and you can pop your item inside. The other way around would help, wouldn't it? And just fold that over so it seals.
I think the beeswax is a lot more versatile and easier to use.
Yeah, it is.
It just melts with the heat of your hand.
The heat of your hand. But if you wanted something that didn't contain any animal products whatsoever, then you've got the cozy wraps there that will do the same job.
So that is it. That is our very brief introduction to plastic-free living on the go, or plastic-free picnics, as Katie wants to call it.
I'm going to make that a hashtag.
Plastic-free picnics.
Everybody onto Instagram now and hashtag plastic-free picnic for me. Thank you.
It's World Environmental Day. The theme is reducing your plastic. We're really trying to help a lot of you with those small steps to reducing your plastic. And I think lunches and drinks on the go are probably one where it's the easiest to fail, but actually also the easiest to
it's the
switch
easiest
over.
to turn it around, and it's just about thinking about it a little bit more and trying to be a little bit more organised, and it does save you a lot of money. Because if you think about, if you went to a supermarket and bought a £3 meal deal, by the time you bought that for like 2 or 3 people, you're into like a tenner. Or you just like use the bread you have in the cupboard and make yourself a sandwich and take it out. Minimal.
Or reuse last night's dinner or whatever. So
Which
great
is what I
for
did
that.
today in my
And also
container.
there's great, you know, for if you're going to the butchers, you want to reduce, you've got to use the stainless steel to get your meat in. You can use actually all of these to take.
Yep.
We sell fantastic net bags for fruit and vegetables. So there's really loads of things you can do to reduce that plastic consumption quite easily. And I think that will call it a wrap.
Ba-da-bum.
See what I did there? Bye for now. Speak to you all later.
Bye.